Look at that. My mug says it's now time for coffee break. Hello, fam. What's going on? You're now with me. My name is Shai, and yes, it is that time of the week where we gather along, chikahan tayo real quick for like an hour or so, and discuss very important topics or interesting topics that may or may not affect you. And yes, we do that in a show called Coffee Break. So welcome to the program, and of course, today we have a very interesting, controversial, slightly romanticized topic, and I'm sure a lot of you have heard about it. It's all over social media. It's about child labor, basically, because a lot of you guys were able to watch it in a TV magazine program. Did I say that right? But anyway, I cannot just have a discussion with just myself because it's going to sound crazy. So let me just introduce to you guys my co-host for today. Please welcome DJ Nick. Hey, Nick.
Hey, I still have my mug. I mean, not branded. I wish you could send me that, but I'm here. Hey, everybody. Good afternoon. I hope that you're enjoying your cup of coffee. Pasensya na kayo. Ito yung mug ko, Ayan, we opt to have coffee sa personal mug natin. Bilang ayaw magpadala dito ni Shai.
Akala mo naman, this is like sponsored by Easy Rock. Hindi sinagawa ko lang ito. That's how much I love the program. That's how much I love what I'm doing here, and that's why.
Yeah. I need to have that cup also. But anyway, I hope that you guys are doing okay. And today it's going to be a bit, I wouldn't say sensitive, because it's been all over, everywhere. Even before social media, di ba? Alam naman natin that there are children already working on TV. I'm not sure if there are children on radio. Ang alam ko lang though, kasi madaling pekein yung boses ng bata eh. So I don't think hindi kailangan sa radyo. But on TV, we've been seeing a lot of child stars, di ba? So that's something that we can talk about for today's coffee break. But anyway, before we start, thank you very much to our star sender, Chris Ann Cartagena.
Hey.
Thank you for that.
Yeah, I think it's Cartagena. Tama ba? We're not sure. We're sorry if we will butcher your names, guys. We're really sorry, but we're trying our best here. So yes, Chris Ann, thank you very much. And sabi niya, hello from Chris Ann Cartagena. Good afternoon po, Easy Rock. Shout out po sa official fan group of 96.3 Easy Rock. Are you part of that group, Nick?
Oh, I'm not.
Hindi ko belong.
Hindi talaga ata ako part ng Easy Rock eh. Alam mo yun, hindi niya ako binibilang. Anyway, I appreciate it. I appreciate you guys. Thank you. And of course, if you feel, if you want to share anything, just feel free to comment away for today's topic. All right.
Okay. So, let me just intro this conversation by saying that I believe, and I just recently Googled it just to make sure, sabi dito, children aged 15 to below 18 years of age, so basically 18 and below, are permitted to work in any, 15 to 18 na talaga. 15 to below 18. So 15 to 17, basically, are permitted to work in any economic activity, not considered child labor, but not more than 8 hours a day, and in no case beyond 40 hours a week. So, okay. Yan na naalala ko. Ito, thank you for the comment here, Joanna. Sabi dito, 15 below, kailangan talaga ng permits ng DOLE. And I think naman a lot of the child actors, child entertainers, I think they have that. And it's not a problem kasi talagang nababantayan sila. There's a very heavy eye on them. And that's all right. That's legal. The problem here now, the one we're going to be talking about, are those who have to be practically breadwinners for the family or assist in
generating
the basic
income
needs of the family. Yung ganun. So, sila po yung focus natin ngayon, which I know a lot of you guys, again, have watched on TV recently. So, my question is, in what condition do you feel, Nick, should a child step in as the breadwinner of the family?
This is very difficult for me to say because I wish I could be very idealistic and say that, hey, you should be working, you should be feeding, letting yourself, work to death for your kids and not the other way around, right? But it might be very, I don't know, I don't want to be hypocrite. Like if I have a kid who's very charming and if he or she tells me, hey, dad, I want to be I want to be a superstar as early as now. I want to be in a commercial. And who am I to like stop her from doing that or stop him from doing that? So, okay lang sa akin. Saka yun niya. Pero ito hindi ko kasi talaga matanggap na it's going to be for me that I get to enjoy everything that he or she earns for myself. If anything, okay, yung earnings niya, I would want it everything talaga. I want everything to be deposited, parang time deposited for him or her to use in the future, but not for me.
Yes.
I think as a parent, it's still my responsibility. It's still my responsibility to provide food and basic needs for my family. Kasi parang feeling ko that's also part of being responsible, diba?
Agree.
I really don't like yung idea na mag-aanak ka para investment. It's I don't like that. It irks me. I'm angry actually. I'm angry when I hear that. I'm not very comfortable with that. So I don't know. Ikaw ba? What are your thoughts?
Yung sa part na gusto ko maging artista, gusto ko ganyan. That's a different, paano ba? That's a different level of child labor. That's a different.
That's what I want to ask you also. Kasi parang, where do we draw the line? Because they're also working, and some of these child stars, you know how it is. It may not be physical. Hindi nila siguro kailangan magtanim at magbilad sa araw, but also the working hours. I'm not sure how they're protected. The psychological trauma maybe also because being having the limelight at that age can really do something.
Or even if, kasi ang example mo was, what if siya gusto niya maging commercial model? Yun ang sa'yo, diba? Pero what if it's also the other way around na yung parent, uy, anak, may talent ka, ilalagay kita sa ganyan. Your example, I think, is healthier. Yun na lang. Your example is healthier, I believe, because choice ng bata, gusto niya itry, di ba?
Yeah.
But when it's the other way around, and it's the parent telling you na, para umasenso tayo, para gumanda yung future natin. Maging artista ka, para ganito, ganyan, para sumikat ka. And not just putting themselves in the limelight, also the other kids who, again, do literal manual labor.
Yeah, sadly, yeah.
To answer my question about what conditions should it have, I think you should not at all, except for the healthy example ni Nick. I don't think you should ever put your child in any position that they will need to help in providing for the family.
Yeah,
a child is a child. They're supposed to grow up as a regular kid, struggling and all that. It's one thing to be able to help out in the office. Ikaw ba naging child laborer ka ba ng parents mo at some point?
I acknowledge my privilege, and I don't. No.
Okay.
Anyway.
Ako kasi, pinatrabaho lang ako sa office. Parang gano'n na. Like, okay, you help with the inventory. You do this. But it should also be, hindi ko kailangan gawin. Parang gano'n. Hindi siya yung tipong, Shai, kapag hindi ka magtrabaho, wala tayong makakain mamayang gabi. Hindi siya gano'n. So, the kids who are put in that situation where they're really at ends with, yung talagang, they do this or they die, parang gano'n.
Yeah.
I don't think any child should be in that position at all. And I know it's very idealistic. I know it's very idealistic to say that. Na parang, it's in a perfect world. In a perfect world talaga dapat wala. Yes, let the child enjoy their childhood and their youth, diba? In a perfect world. Pero if we have to draw a line somewhere, if we have to say na, okay, they can work but up to a limit, I would say that it should be at a teenage age. And this is my opinion, guys. This is not like government mandated or whatever, but it should be, I think, at a teenage age and with a limited number of hours. Okay, fine. If a child should start working to help out in the family or to earn their own allowance para hindi na mahirapan yung parents. For example, siguro at a teenage age and not yung 8 hours a day levels.
Yeah,
and extra hours lang. I think in the States, di ba, or in other Western countries at least, like teenagers can start to earn already, can actually start to get a job, like, in a fast food chain or something.
Yes.
So those are allowed at certain ages and with certain number of hours. So I think if we have to say that sure, kids can work, it should be at a teenage age, 15 and above maybe ganun. But or anything younger than that, I think that's just it's exploiting the youth already.
Yeah, and it's very difficult. It's very difficult also when if just picking up from where you came from. Kung consent man yan, di ba? Like you say na parang may consent ng kid kasi gusto niya makatulong sa pamilya. Pwede kasing medyo guilt trip din eh. You know what I'm saying? Like, again, it's very ideal. I apologize already if you're offended by it. Kasi nga, kung wala talagang trabaho yung family, tapos sobrang able bodies ng kids. Diba? Minsan na pinagbebenta na ng kung ano-anong stuff. And like, I don't know if I'm against that 100%. Kasi nga, naiintindihan ko yung sitwasyon. But at the same time, I really feel that there must be, a better system for this. Parang children, like the children don't have to be on the streets, just to sell stuff because it's just not how it should be.
I totally agree with that. So, I guess we could both agree that we are not for child labor, but we do understand. We do understand why kids have to do this for the family. Again, yung nag-trend nga na bata, di ba? Yung he was plowing in the farm.
Yeah.
Instead na ginagawa niya na lang kasi wala na silang choice. Ginagawa niya para sa pamilya niya. We totally get that. So I feel that it's not your fault. It's not the kid's fault at all. Talagang no blame should be put on the kids. So who are we to blame? Maliban sa sistema, or could we just generally blame the system?
Yeah. Yeah, feeling ko, sorry, I would really go back to reproductive health. And I'm a very I am very outspoken about it. I am really, really I want to push for it.
I agree.
I don't understand why some of our legislators are not for it. Maybe because they're so privileged that it's about choice and a bit of control. Diba? Kasi nga, you get it? Like, I mean, you get to have options na para ma-control mo yung childbirth. Kasi, ano yan eh. I mean, it's really something that we have to take seriously. I mean, a lot of people say kapag nandiyan na, gagawa mo na lang ng paraan. But then we romanticize it. We romanticize it in a way that the kids would suffer. Diba? Na parang, paano nga kung wala kang magawang paraan? Diba? You could have avoided it. If you planned, diba? If you planned it well. So, yeah.
Okay, there's a comment here na huwag ka mag-anak kung hindi mo kayang panindigan.
Totoo
The
naman.
general answer to that is yes. But are we going to deprive people? Or that's an anti-poor statement eh.
It is.
It's a very anti-poor statement though. I mean, I get it. Kasi kahit ako kahit paano naman, I'm in a better place, I'm in a better situation. I still tell myself that if I cannot afford to have a child, like raise a child, I don't think I will.
Yeah.
Ako na to ha, ganun. But that statement is very anti-poor kasi I feel that ano yung term ulit na child, yung parang you're controlling the number of children, family planning yun.
Family planning
is very important. Totoo yan. And you can have a kid even, let's say, walang-wala kayo, tapos kayo. You can have a kid. But I think there should be a system that would support that. There should be a system that would support that. Okay, are you guys, if you guys are gonna tell me na so lahat na lang haas sa gobyerno, that's kind of the point of the government naman, talaga kung tutuusin. That's their purpose in our lives. That's why we voted for them. We put them in a position, diba?
That's why they could regulate, diba? They could also regulate.
Yeah.
They have the power to regulate din naman. You help and then you regulate. And it's important lang talaga to educate. Kasi nga, if you don't want it to be an anti-poor statement, you do your best to educate, right? That you have options to, to make love and not
to enjoy it.
To enjoy whatever. But, be responsible as well.
Exactly.
If you're not prepared to raise a child because you already have 6 or 7, I don't even know how you raise them. Just you have the option to not bear a child.
Exactly. So this is a lot. This is a lot of process actually. Like it's a whole can of worms that we're unfortunately opening or trying to open just a bit right now. And again, if you guys want to join in the conversation or have your friends join in as well, let's say you have a friend who's, ayun nga, karami na rin ng mga anak, let them know, tag them, or maybe even share this video to them. Please invite everyone to listen in and, pitch in their thoughts in the conversation. Again, we're talking about children as breadwinners of the family, which we don't support, by the way. Again, kids should be kids. Kids should be able to enjoy their youth. Ayan. So, I think it's go ahead,
sorry. Yun nga, I wanted to ask you another question. Like, what do you think about, because I have a very specific family in mind. They're celebrities, and you probably know them. And I honestly, I don't know how they manage their money, and of course, that's for them to do. But I'm just worried that, I just feel that the kids are being used talaga as investments. They're everywhere. They're on Instagram. They're in commercials. Great.
You want to exploit na.
Pero feeling ko kasi na-exploit yung kids. Again, consent is very important for me, and I don't think kids are in the right mind, in the right disposition to say that they're okay with it. So yun lang. Also, I want to ask you that. Kasi different ba yun? Different ba yung artista ka sa nagbebenta ka ng sampagita sa kalye? Pareho naman silang nagtatrabaho.
Okay, I think yes, it's a very huge difference. The same way that we're a DJ and we're here having coffee as adults, and yung nagtitinda rin ng sampagita or ng tuyo sa tabi-tabi, parang I think it's different. Oh, and you know what? It's different, yes, pero it doesn't support my claim. So let me just ito na lang. Yes, it's different. It's different because ayun nga, yung pagiging artista, although I still feel there is a level of exploitation, and even though sabihin ng mga bata na, I'm cool with it, they're still at a place where if they stop that, they can still the family can still manage. Parang ganun. So, yun nga, like if eventually sabihin ng gobyerno na, you know what, child artists are no longer allowed, like you can no longer use your kids to make a quick buck, hindi na pwede yun. Yeah. They can still survive. It's gonna be fine. While the other kids, the sampagita kids nga, the tuyo kids, they have no choice. At some level, they really have no choice. And ayun nga, like, ang nangyayari po, mga nakikita natin sa TV paminsan or sa movies is, like, the parents distribute the kids to different areas of the metro or wherever the scene is to come back, and then they have to count magkano na kinita natin lahat ngayong gabi, ngayong araw. Kaya pa ba natin for tomorrow? Is this enough for us to live tomorrow? Parang ganun. Right. So, ganun talagang wala silang choice eh.
Yeah, and in a way, I guess,
unlike the vloggers and stuff. Anyway,
they're also protected kasi pag child stars, they're protected. They're in a privileged, family. And kapag yun nga, if it comes out of need, 'di ba, na magbenta ka ng sampagita para may baon ka sa school, usually tama ka, yun nga, wala din talagang choice, or meron kang choice pero sobrang limited. Let's not be hypocrites here. It's just how it is. And I don't feel that there's protection nga din sa mga kids na yun kasi hindi naman nila ginusto na magpunta dito sa mundong to. I mean, anyway, I'm just ranting. Sorry.
Yeah, I mean, and I know that rant talaga. I'm so frustrated with that. I think I'm not sure if you were able to see the tweet. I had this one series of long tweets na parang, your kids are not an investment, and if you can't provide for a kid, if you're gonna make them work for their food, don't have kids na lang, ganun. It's a lot of things we want to say actually, but we won't use that space now. Magpaparang pa naman sa hirap na. Let's be positive and all that. But I like that a lot of people are agreeing with us. And hello, by the way, to DJ Robin and Sabini Jasper and Cyrus. I think they both agree with us. And I believe we have here a commenter that says, baka kasi different din siya sa pagtitinda ng sampagita. Kasi may ibang child stars naman na breadwinners sila, and at the same time, passion din nila yung acting.
Yun nga.
Unlike sa pagtitinda ng sampagita na talagang ginagawa lang nila para may makain sila everyday. Actually, even if hindi nila passion, even if nga, sabi nga natin kanina, what if their parents are like, sige na, mag-artista ka, gwapo ka, anak. Rin ganun, di ba? At the end of the day, kaya pa rin talaga nila eh. kaya pa rin nila even if they decide to stop being a child star. Diba? Unlike si mga Sampagita kids nga, talagang pinangalan natin Sampagita kids, no? Ayun, even if that's the say, if that's the way rather, yun nga, wala silang makain and they have to keep doing that. They have to keep grinding at a very young age.
Yeah. Diba? And the sad thing is, we romanticize these things na parang, sa murang edad niya, nakakatulong na siya sa pamilya niya. And like, yeah, I get it, but hey,
also to add to the romanticization, yung guys, talagang it's an insight na we are so lucky to be at a better place. Yes, we are, but that should not be the takeaway from whenever you see those kinds of videos, whenever you see those kinds of documentaries or those stories that touch your heart.
Yeah.
The goal is not to be the goal should not be romanticize that and feel lucky. The goal should be let's call out the people who are supposed to be responsible for this. Who are supposed to watch out.
Yeah,
You're
it's
saying?
true. No, go. Sorry. Because I read a tweet about that. The parang sabi ko, grabe, it really hit the mark. That's what we should, how we should think. That the poor, wait, I'm just gonna look for that. But anyway, it's something like, child laborers and the poor are not reminders of your luck. They are a living proof that we live in a broken system. And it's true. Kasi parang ang sama nun, ewan ko, nakakaano siya eh. Dapat mag-guilty ka pag naiisip mo yun, masalamat na lang ako, meron pa akong, may trabaho nga ako ngayon, galing ako sa mamamila, tingnan mo nga sila. Parang, and then...
That's not the point, guys. No.
And then, so anong gusto mong gawin?
Diba? I mean, sure, it's a nice takeaway. It hits you right in the core, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
But what happens after that? What happens after you express your feelings? What happens after you feel nice and giddy and lucky inside? What happens after your reflection paper, guys?
Exactly.
Okay.
Exactly.
So again, we have to keep the people accountable. I know.
Yeah, sabi I know, Robin said here, financial literacy program should be part of our educational system as well. It's true. I mean,
totally agree with that.
We went through college and then I don't even know how to compute my taxes. I don't even know how, these things. We don't. Nobody told me that I should be investing and not saving money. Mga ganyan.
And then people are gonna agree and say, are gonna argue and say, what? Your parents should have taught you that. Wala ka ba mga magulang? Hindi ka ba tinuruan ng mga magulang mo? Okay. Yeah. It's just like cooking, for example. Nasabi nila na we should have home education in schools. And then people are gonna argue, bakit? Why should it be in home economics? Why don't you just have your parents teach you? Ganito, ganyan, di ba? It doesn't hurt to still learn life skills properly. Yeah. Di ba? Including being financially literate. Kasi the whole saving thing, I mean, my parents really pressured me to be able to save. But it's just a generic idea of basta mag-ipon ka, mag-save ka. But yung whole 50, 20, 30, 10 system, tama ba? 50, 20, 10 system, mga ganun. Wala akong natutunan na ganyan sa school. I had to learn it by myself when my financial advisors told me about it and all that. I think at an early age pa lang, especially with how the market is for millennials and Gen Zs. Gen Zs, please makinig kayo. Ngayon pa lang, magbasa na. Ngayon pa lang, check out everything you need to know about being better with your finances in the long run.
Yeah.
Whatever you have with your little allowance na, ngayon pa lang, think hard of how you'd be able to spend it. Wag lang pang-load lang pang net lagi. Pero syempre, tuloy nyo pa rin yun para makapang-easy rock pa rin kayo.
Yeah, just have fun. I mean, learning should be fun as well. Feeling ko lang kasi talaga we just learned it a little bit late. Diba? Parang nandito na tayo sa work when we learn, oh gosh, kailangan mo palang magbayad ng taxes. How do you file your taxes? I mean, how do you compute for it? Kasi syempre, diba, parang feeling mo, you're just working every time. You're working so hard. Tapos, yun nga, knowing na di mo alam na may kailangan ka palang mga ganong bayaran. So how much more for kids, diba? How much more for kids who are working?
Exactly.
They have no idea. I don't know, diba? Paano nila malalaman yung value ng money? Lalo na sa mga ganyang, exploitation.
Diba? Diba? Tayo siguro when we were in college, for example, when we started working, like ikaw, you remember you mentioned na for you, it felt like a bonus lang. Dagdag lang sa
Yes.
pera mo yung kinikita mo nga as a radio DJ. But a lot of kids, yun nga, the sampagita. Sorry talaga na sampagita kids yung tawag namin ngayon. The sampagita kids nga. For them, as long as they just keep earning and they get home to make sure they're able to give to their parents, they don't even know the value of that at all. I mean, I'm imagining rather, like, this is general assessment rather.
Or yung validation of love nila napupunta dun sa money. And that's very problematic for kids. You know, for them to see money as, you know, a validation na love ako ng parents ko. And remember, these are their, you know, fundamentals to they're building blocks, diba yan? So, kunyari, kapag they start working, baka maisip na lang nila na parang kapag wala akong pera, like, hindi ako mamahal. Alam mo yun, wala akong capability mamahal. Because, ganun it starts really when you're young. And I have nothing against kids who struggle, tapos they are the ones who really become successful. But it's a different thing, especially when parents use it as a tool to somehow control. Diba? Okay, wala ka nabigay sa akin ngayong pera, hindi ka nag-earn, pagalitan kita or parang hindi tama yung ginawa mo. And it's bad. It's a very bad system. Because in the first place, they shouldn't be working.
True. Agree. And again, these assumptions and stories that Nick and I are talking about here, this is not a general statement of exactly what's happening. These are just for some families, probably that's what's happening to them. And what sucks even more is some child laborers, and they really are child laborers, they don't even know that they are. Parang they grew up knowing that they should just be working, they should be helping out in the family, without even realizing na mali pala to, like this isn't supposed to be my childhood, parang ganun. Of course, for those who are now older, wiser, bigger, and you say na wala naman akong reklamo sa buhay ko. I turned out fine. I was okay. My family's great. Good for you. If you feel that you were not exploited, if you feel that you were just there to help out your family, good for you. But that does not mean it should continue.
Yeah.
Just putting that out there. Kasi I just feel like a lot of parents or kids would argue, I mean, adults rather, who were once child laborers would argue na, anong mali doon? You know, it's teaching kids how to be this and to be teaching them to be that and all that. But it's not the right way to teach them that.
Yeah.
Diba? I don't know. Anyway, okay, let's just pivot real quick here. Kasi you mentioned about parents yun nga na using their kids to make sure that they come home with money, ganito, ganyan. And kung wala, parang walang pagmamahal, ganun. What are your thoughts about parents who look at kids as a retirement plan? We tackled this a real bit, it's a bit earlier, but how about we talk about it more right now?
Yun lang, mahiya naman kayo. Mahiya talaga kayo. Like, I mean, sorry. Yun lang talaga yung kaya kong sabihin. Kasi
that's all we can say.
Yeah, they're not your investment. You know, you are raising a kid to contribute to the world, you know, to raise a good kid, diba, that will contribute to the wellness of the world and not for your own gain. Sobrang maghanap ka naman ng place mo sa mundo. Diba? And maybe like having a good kid, a kid that you can, you know, be proud of is your purpose. That's also good. Pero diba, it's also nice na ikaw malaman mo na kaya mo maging responsable para sa'yo at dun sa alagaan mong bata. Again, you know, hindi sila money makers, hindi sila retirement plan. Look after your own retirement. Okay?
So, okay, what's that?
Just save for your retirement. It's not selfish. You know, if you need to cut whatever you need.
Can we say that ginajudge namin kayo, mga ginagawa niyong retirement plan ng anak niyo? Ginajudge namin kayo ni Nick? Could you say that with honesty?
Ginajudge talaga natin eh. I mean, I don't think we can sugarcoat that. And I'm sorry, you know, I could be the nice guy here. I look like a nice guy, right? But I am so like I'm just very mad. Kasi hanggang ngayon meron pa rin ganyan eh. And you hear this from office people nga eh. I mean, di ba, yung mga working people ngayon, naririnig mo rin yun, okay na, bubuhay naman ako ng anak ko. And like,
I hate that so much. Why?
Or, Or kaya baka nakaka-receive ka ng comments, parang Shai, o mag-anak ka na kasi para di ba, makapag-retire ka na, etc. etc. Gosh, why?
Let us be the generation who stops that cycle. Let us be the generation who will end that toxic family trait.
It is very toxic.
I really do hope that we can be the generation to stop that. I know it can't be completely eliminated just kasi it's really ingrained in our roots. Pero I do hope that this generation can really start that. I think the millennial generation talaga, because the ones before us, medyo ganun pa rin eh. Diba?
Yeah.
Feel ko, at least this is my assessment with the people I hang out with. So, ito nga, going back to Twitter, yung sinabi ko nga last time, sabi ko, yung nagra-rant lang ako bigla out of nowhere. Ewan ko bakit, ano kinain ko nito. Kasi 3:48 p.m., di pa naman itong gabi. Hindi pa ako nakainom nito. Sabi ko, children don't owe their parents anything. Fight me. Couples have to stop thinking their children are a retirement plan. If you raise your child right, they will take care of you out of love and respect, not the obligation that we instill on them.
Right.
Kasi ganun usually na
That's right.
Pag hindi sila hinalagaan ng parents nila, ng anak nila in the future, when they're old na, the usual guilt trip, inalagaan kita, pinalaki kita, pinaaral kita, pinakain kita. Tapos, hindi mo ko alagaan.
That's not how it works. That's not how it works.
Exactly. So, kung ganun baka naman kasi talagang you did not raise your kid right, di ba? Tapos sabi pa ni DJ Shai dito na napakadaldal, no child should have to shoulder the burden of providing for their other siblings as well after they were lucky to be sent to school by parents. Isa pa yan, part of child labor yan. The older sibling has to take the burden of, kapag nakatapos ng mag-aral, nakatrabaho na ako, papaaralin ko naman mga kapatid ko. That's sweet. That's nice. But that's not your job.
Yeah.
That's not it's not a place of a parent to say, anak, nakatapos ka na ha. Ikaw nang bahala sa mga kapatid mo. Sandali. Bakit ako? Di ba ikaw yung magulang nila?
And it takes away, it becomes a vicious cycle. And di ba, napapasa yun eh. Tapos it takes so much of your life. And then kapag meron ka ng anak, dun ka magre-regret na parang, I did do so much, in my 20s or my 30s. O ikaw na mag-alaga para ako naman. But that's just not how it is. Ngayon mo na gawin. Gawin mo na yung mga dapat mong gawin bago ka mag-asawa, bago ka mag-anak. Okay? Plan your life. If you can't plan your life like me, then don't get married. Okay? Don't have kids.
Right? Sabi ni DJ Robin, hirap maging panganay. Oh my gosh. Are you feeling
I'm so sorry.
Oh my gosh, I love DJ Robin. She's one of the DJs of Manila Broadcasting Company, and I adore her. She's awesome, and you can go follow her on TikTok. Also, she has really great videos there that will help you, your relationship, and all those other good stuff. Anyway,
very, very smart girl.
She is, yeah. I mean, lahat naman tayo. Walang tapon sa NBC, guys. Come on. I know. I'm sorry that Nick and I are very passionate here. And I believe we have a message also from one of another commenter here saying that it's true, hindi naman talaga dapat responsibility ng panganay na anak yung ganun. Unless mamatay both ng parents niya. Well, wag naman siya na mamatay, but I agree. It is no way the responsibility of any of the kids. Kasi may mga iba rin tayo naririnig na, sige, hinayaan ko na naman mag-aral yung kapatid ko. Ako, nagtrabaho muna ako. So, double whammy, di ba?
Yeah. And then we see them on TV and we're like, ang galing-galing naman. Nakakaawa naman sila, pero ang galing.
We were not young and naive.
Yeah. I mean,
we felt those back then, but now
we glorify. We glorify that, right? Pero hindi natin inisip na, huy, teka lang, sobrang nahirapan yung bata. Hindi niya dapat pinagdaanan yun eh. Hindi niyo siya dapat hinayaang pagdaanan yun. But then she did or he did. But then we glorified it. So other parents might use it against, kids. Diba na parang, tingnan mo yan nasa TV. Tingnan mo nga niya, pinag-aral niya yung mga kapatid niya. Dapat ikaw din. Magulang ka.
Wag kami.
Magulang ka. Pero, yun na lang.
Could kids report their parents if that's the case? Kasi in other countries, they're very strict with that. Like if something like that is the case, you could easily snitch and sumbong the parents parang ganon.
Pero naisip ko nga lang, like, we blame the parents too much. But I don't think so Parang it becomes kasi the system. It's the culture, it's the vicious cycle. But I'm thinking kasi na baka din yung attachment, yung pinagmamalaki natin lagi na Pinoy family attachment. Like, yeah, that's sweet, that's cute, diba? We are so attached to our family. But at the same time, like as compared to other countries, diba? Kapag nag-18 ka na, okay, you're responsible for your life, right? And feeling ko yun din that's important para wala na yung mga utang-utang na loob, wala na yung ganyan. So, hanggang hindi ka pa nag-18, aalagaan kita, pro-provide ko lahat ng kailangan mo, ibibigay ko sa yung lahat-lahat, pero beyond 18, hindi na. And I think yun yung talk na wala sa atin. Kasi diba, we stay at our parents' house until we're 31 or whatever. Like, I left my house at 25 and I'm not very proud of that. I wish I've left earlier kasi nga diba, the more that you spend your time there, mas magkakaroon ka ng responsibility to give back na hindi naman masama, but dapat maging responsable ka na sa buhay mo when you turn the age of when you graduate college,
agree.
Be responsible na, yun lang.
Because tama talaga, the responsibility of a parent for me should end when the child graduates college. Or in my case, hindi graduate ng college, guys, don't follow my footsteps. When I choose to leave, or the adult age, 18 na naman talaga, ganun. It's a different story. It's a different story when in tipong, ayun nga, it's although Nick kasi like he wished he left earlier. And I know a lot of guys especially would feel that way. But if you do decide to keep staying with your parents until you get married, for example, no judgment there from me. You ganun. But your parents should never rely on you pa rin. And you should no longer like feel the need to help your parents when you get that age. Parang ganun. You don't need to help them out. But since you're
unless you want to.
Yung ganun. There's that. You want to because you love them.
Yes. If you graduated college and you're still living in your parents' house, you gotta contribute. Yun lang naman din yung sa akin. Kasi dapat nagbabayad ka na talaga ng rent. Okay, hindi siya free. Tanda ka na. Okay, yun lang. But if you're a kid, just enjoy learning as much as you can. And for, your parents must be responsible, ideally, in an ideal world.
Okay, here's a question na lang to wrap things up because I think we're really talking so much here. We'll need like 3 extra hours of coffee with more, but ito na lang. Does being a breadwinner, does the fact that you're a breadwinner of the family, should that be worn as a badge of honor?
I don't want to invalidate kasi like baka diba, if you're a breadwinner, if you're watching us and you're a breadwinner, baka you take so much pride, just providing food for everybody, just providing for everyone's basic needs. Pero hindi ko din gustong hindi i-acknowledge na napapagod kayo at pagod kayo. Personally, kasi I wouldn't. Kasi in a way, I am teaching my siblings, I'm teaching my family, my parents to be lazy. I'm just very grateful. I'm very thankful that, we're not like that. My family, my parents, they can still provide for themselves. My sister, I think she can make it. She's doing it. Kaway kasi kami lagi And I'm doing my best. And I'm doing my best also to, to survive. And when we are, kagaya niya, nanguta ako sa send mo ko ng Gcash kanina. Tapos sinend niya ako ng Gcash may pera ko. Or pag papa, baka naman pwedeng mo tumulong. But then pag may ganon, you just help each other. I never felt the need to work for everybody. Ang rule lang talaga nila, you must be able to take good care of yourself. And that's just it. And I'm grateful for that. But if you are a breadwinner, again, I don't invalidate that. Pero mas magugustuhan ko kung matutulungan mo din yung ibang family members mo to, to land on their own feet and to stand on their own feet, if that makes sense, diba? Para naman din, you have a life for yourself that you would enjoy, makakapagpahinga ka. Ayun. Good luck. Virtual hugs.
Aww. Okay. Napapaisip ko, do I want it to be a badge of honor nga lang ba? Okay, ito na lang. My answer is yes. My answer is yes, but it doesn't mean that it's a goal to achieve. Because yes, talaga pinaghirapan ng bata yan eh. Talagang, yun nga, naging breadwinner ka ng pamilya at lahat-lahat na. So, of course, I understand you would be proud of that because of your hardships and all that. You know, you went through so much, you were not able to fully enjoy your childhood like it should have been. So yes, you should, for me, again, you should wear the badge of honor, but not to encourage other people to do so. Parang more like warning label siya. Hindi siya badge of honor, warning label siya. Guys, ito breadwinner ako. Do not copy. Huwag mo akong gayahin. Try to avoid being a breadwinner. Parang martyr lang rin yan. Syempre bilang martyr, talagang we're proud of you. Thank you so much for dying for our country.
Yeah.
Diba? Like,
yeah.
I mean, I'm sure the martyr didn't want to die in the first place.
Yeah.
So again, it's something that, yes, you could say that you are, but it's not something to encourage other people to do so. It's not something to encourage parents to do to their kids. So to the parents, again, final words naman, Nick, I think we both agree when we want to say that parents, please do not exploit your kids. If you cannot provide for your current kids, don't have any more. And it's still your responsibility to be the one to provide for them.
Right. And do your best to find a job. And also, we're, asking for help, for our leaders, of course, to provide more jobs. Diba? Ang dami nang displaced workers ngayon, ang dami pang unemployed. So, sana kahit yung displaced, kahit later na yon, pero yung immediate na employment, sana mangyari na siya. Very, very
Kung
soon.
Kung okay lang sa inyo po, mga leaders.
Kung may time naman kayo, ganyan, na hindi
Kung
mag-golf.
hindi masyadong burden sa inyo. Hindi na mag-golf. Tara, grabe.
Alam mo yun.
My loving mom.
Baka marami pang pwedeng gawin. Ayoko na?
I love my job. I love where I am right now.
I love my job too. Thank you, MBC.
Yes.
Thank you for not displacing us.
That is so true. So yeah, I think that's it for now. I hope you guys enjoy this conversation, and it's so unfortunate that a lot of people can relate to the conversation, to being panganay, to having to provide. There are so many who agree with us. Si Vernie, si Chris Ann, ayan, si DJ Robin, and everyone else, si Jasmine. Sabi ni Jasmine pala, it depends, pero dapat tulungan talaga. Jasmine, let's have a conversation outside. Marami kami sabihin ni Nick. So thank you so much, Nick, for this. If you don't mind, please invite our listeners to listen to our program.
Of course, every day, if you just want to chill, not like this, we're very pumped here. But if you just want some relaxing hits and just enjoy the music, a bit of talk, we got you covered. 6 a.m., of course, it's Sam waking up for Heyday until 10. Chloe stepped in from 10 till 2 for Daily Dose. There you go. That was on cue. And me, that's 2 p.m. till 6. I call my segment Nick Picks. And of course, it's Shai from 6 to 10 for Light All Night. And it's all music until we wake up 6 a.m. in the morning the next day.
All right. And also don't forget to please follow us on all of our social media accounts. We have Facebook, we have Twitter, we have Instagram, we even have TikTok and YouTube. Just check it out. It's easy, Rock Manila.
You have huge following on TikTok. I saw. Good for you. I don't know how to start that.
I don't know. It just happened talaga. It's weird. It just happened. It's so weird. But
good for you. Good for you. Good for you.
Yeah. And I think that's all the time we have for now. Thank you again, guys. And we'll see you again on the next episode of Coffee Break. Once again, my name is Shai.
And my name is Nick. We'll catch you guys on the flip side. Bye-bye.